Supreme Emperor Zalketh the Eternal stood at the apex of his throne room aboard the Dominion's fist, his ceremonial armor gleaming with embedded starlight crystals. Behind him, the massive viewport displayed the assembled might of the Galactic Empire. 10,000 warships arranged in perfect geometric formations, their hulls bristling with planet-cracking weaponry. Today would mark another species' inevitable surrender. "Bring forth the human delegation," commanded the Emperor, his voice amplified through psychic resonators that had intimidated countless alien dignitaries into immediate submission. The massive doors to the throne room opened with theatrical precision, revealing a procession of imperial guards in polished exo-armor, their energy lances crackling with barely contained power. Between them walked 5 humans in simple diplomatic attire, no ceremonial robes, no technological augmentations, no obvious weapons, just ordinary-looking mammals from a backwater planet called Earth. "Behold," Emperor Zalketh declared, rising from his throne that was carved from the crystallized core of a dead star. "You stand before Zalketh the Eternal, conqueror of 17 galaxies, master of time and space, bringer of order to the chaotic void." The human delegation stopped in the center of the vast chamber, craning their necks to take in the soaring architecture, the floating holographic displays showing conquered worlds, and the Emperor himself 12 feet tall, with biomechanical augmentations that pulsed with cosmic energy. Then, unexpectedly, the lead human, a middle-aged woman with graying hair, started to giggle. "I'm sorry," Ambassador Janet Phillips said, covering her mouth with her hand. "It's just, this is exactly like the movies." Emperor Zalketh's psychic crown flickered with confusion. "Movies?" "Oh, you know," chimed in Dr. Marcus Webb, the delegation's cultural attaché, gesturing broadly at the throne room. "Evil Galactic Emperor, check. Massive throne made of impractical materials, check. Dramatically backlit villain speech, check. Overwhelming fleet display designed to intimidate primitives, double check." The other humans were now openly chuckling, passing amused glances between themselves as they examined their surroundings with the casual interest of tourists. "This is not a source of amusement," thundered General Vex Mora, the Emperor's military commander, his biomechanical voice synthesizers adding harmonic intimidation frequencies. "You face the combined might of 4,000 star systems. Surrender now, or your species will be—" "Let me guess," interrupted Dr. Sarah Chen, the team's xenobiologist, counting off on her fingers. "Enslaved? Obliterated? Erased from history? Made an example of for other primitive species?" "Well, yes," General Vex Mora replied, somewhat deflated by her casual tone. "Called it?" laughed communications specialist Jake Morrison. "Janet, you owe me $20. I told you they'd go with the classic obliteration threat." Ambassador Phillips sighed with good-natured resignation. "Fine, but I still think cosmic purification was a better bet." She turned to Emperor Zalketh with an apologetic smile. "Sorry, Your Imperial Majesty. We've just seen this exact scenario so many times in our entertainment media that it feels like déjà vu." Emperor Zalketh's biomechanical augmentations hummed with increasing agitation. Entertainment. Media? Star Wars, Star Trek, Babylon 5, Warhammer 40K, Mass Effect, Halo, listed Dr. Webb enthusiastically. "We've got literally thousands of fictional stories about exactly this situation. Evil Galactic Empire meets plucky underdog species, threatens them with overwhelming force. Underdog species either joins rebellion or finds some clever way to defeat the Empire." "Those are fictional scenarios?" asked Court Advisor Morthek, his tentacles writhing with confusion. "Oh, absolutely," confirmed Dr. Chen. "Pure fantasy. We've been imagining encounters with galactic empires since before we had spaceflight. This is like meeting Darth Vader in person terrifying in theory, but also kind of awesome because we've been expecting it our whole lives. The throne room had fallen into stunned silence. Emperor Zalketh processed this information through his enhanced neural matrices, trying to understand how his carefully orchestrated intimidation display had somehow become a source of entertainment for these primitive mammals. You are not afraid?" he asked, genuine bewilderment creeping into his voice. "Oh, we're terrified," Ambassador Phillips said cheerfully. "You could probably glass our entire planet without breaking a sweat. But you have to understand, this is also the coolest thing that's ever happened to humanity. We're living inside a science fiction story." Specialist Morrison was now openly photographing the throne room with a small device. "My kids are going to lose their minds when they see." "Social media?" Emperor Zalketh repeated weakly. "Communication network where humans share information and entertainment," explained Dr. Webb. "Jake's probably going to be famous. Local man meets space tyrant, rates experience 8/10, would recommend." General Vex Mora stepped forward, his weapon systems powering up. "Your Supremacy, perhaps we should simply demonstrate our power. A display of our planetary destruction capabilities might—" "Oh, please don't," interrupted Dr. Chen. "I mean, obviously you could do it, but that would just make you the generic bad guy. Where's the creativity? The psychological manipulation? The complex moral dilemmas?" "Yeah," added Morrison, still taking pictures. "Real galactic empires should have more style. Maybe some philosophical depth about the nature of order versus chaos? Some tragic backstory about why you turned to the dark side." Emperor Zalketh's quantum processors were reaching their operational limits trying to pass this conversation. We conquered 17 galaxies. That's actually pretty impressive," Ambassador Phillips conceded. "Most fictional galactic empires only manage one galaxy. Points for scope." She paused thoughtfully. "Though I have to ask, how's the administrative overhead on that? 17 galaxies worth of bureaucracy must be a nightmare." "We have developed highly efficient governing protocols." The Emperor began automatically, then stopped as he realized he was defending his imperial management strategies to creatures he had intended to threaten into submission. Court Advisor Morthek leaned toward his Emperor. "Your Supremacy, I believe the humans are evaluating us like we're entertainment," General Vex Mora added with dawning horror. Ambassador Phillips checked her chronometer. "Speaking of which, we should probably wrap this up. We've got a cultural exchange meeting with the Friendly Alien Federation in an hour, and they promised to show us their post-scarcity utopia society." "The friendly aliens?" Emperor Zalketh asked faintly. "Oh yeah, we've met like 6 different space civilizations this month," Dr. Webb explained. "You guys, the peaceful traders, the hive mind collective, the warrior honor culture, the ancient mysterious precursors. It's like a sci-fi convention out here." "We're keeping score," Morrison added. "You're currently in 3rd place behind the warrior culture and the mysterious precursors. The peaceful traders are kind of boring, and don't get me started on the hive mind terrible conversationalists." As the human delegation prepared to leave, Ambassador Phillips turned back to Emperor Zalketh with a diplomatic smile. "Thanks for the classic galactic empire experience, Your Supremacy. Really, it was everything we hoped for. If you ever want to try their reluctant alliance against greater threat storyline, give us a call. We'd love to see how that plays out." As the humans departed, chattering excitedly about their encounter, Emperor Zalketh slumped in his star-core throne. For the first time in his 3,000-year reign, he felt like he had somehow lost a confrontation without a single shot being fired. Worse yet, he was pretty sure he'd just been given a customer service rating.